First, my internet went down, and then I went on a vacation. Now I've basically just landed back home, and Rebirth of Glory comes out in around 6 hours. Let's review every card pretty briefly. We'll go good, bad, or maybe a short explanation, and very minimal editing. Let's go. Omnis Primo Kami, 7.45, Storm Fanfare, return 2 other allied cards to your hand, summon X Okami, X equals the number of cards returned. Whenever an allied Okami comes into play, give it a rush. And Okami is the 3/4 that gains +1 attack whenever an allied follower comes into play. Good! Works with Vahano OTK, which some people have been excited about. Otherwise, it's like a Wolf Actor. Seems pretty alright, and it's good that Forest Craft is getting more stuff that's good, because it's been kind of in the dumpster for a little bit, other than Evo, which is still not even that good. Miracle of Love, 3 play point Forest Craft Legendary. Choose, summon either a gentle forest beast, a forest beauty, or an irate forest beast. In hand 6, summon both instead. If at least 2 other cards are played this turn, give the summoned followers +2/+2. Beauty is a 3/2/3 with Ward and Bane if the beast is in play. And Beast is a 3/3/2 with Rush and Storm if the beauty's in play. Good! Works with the new retrained Elven Princess Mage. It gives you a Fairy Wisp. You can play it on 6. And get the +2/+2 if you get Fairy Wisps down on that turn as well. Or on 7 with just the EPM retrain. With the Fairy Wisp and the Fairy. And then Miracle of Love. Getting this to have a 4/5 Ward and Bane and a 5/4 Storm. Seems pretty good. Seems good tempo. And on 3, the followers are just good as well. So there you have it. Great for tempo forest, I think. Solid card overall. Good. Roach is good. Alright, we all know it's good. We all know it's good. If you get a really good hand, you can get this effect off by like 7, which is pretty late. I'm sure you can get it off like 6 or something like that. It's kind of crazy. And you can tutor it with Liza. So, good. Definitely good. Costs 1. Crazy. Guard of the Machina Tree. 2/2/2 with Ward that returns another allied follower or amulet to your hand. If the card is a Machina card, draw a card. Good card. Again, works with Vahano and Roach, of course. And it is a 2/2/2 with Ward, so it's already good there. Very good replacement for the rotating Paula, so great card. Wellspring Elf Princess. Evolve. Full stats. Put a Fairy Wisp and a Fairy into your hand. Good. That's the EPM retrain I was talking about. Meliai, Wing Shredder, 3/2/2, the retrained Fairy Driver. Rush, whenever an allied Fairy comes into play, destroy it. Whenever an allied Fairy is destroyed, gain +1/+1 and deal 1 damage to the enemy leader. Interesting. I think it's to good. Probably more on the side. I mean, I can definitely see its usage, right? But I kind of think that the old Fairy Driver was kind of better. Because you can... I mean, 2 damage per Fairy is really better. This has Rush, though. It's not bad. I feel like Force Crafter just has better decks going into the next set than Fairy, Aggro, Wincon. I don't know. Play it on 4, you get a 3/3 with Rush. Yeah. With the Fairy, you get a... Yeah. Yeah, I'd say it's like to good. It's alright. Not as impressive as the ones previous, I don't think. Nature Corroded, 4 play point, destroy an enemy follower amulet, put a Fairy into your hand. Seems about as good as Overwhelming Crush, right? Probably just I think it's definitely in Constructed, but maybe better in Limited. Seems about as good as Overwhelming Crush is. Can I use this in my Evo Forest with Izudia? Now that's a thought. Heroic Fairy Champion, 4/2/2 with Ward. Fanfare, the next time damage is dealt to this follower, reduce that damage to 0. Hands 8, gain +3/+3. So it's a 4/2/2. It's a pretty low stat line. It kind of reminds me of Lyria, right? It's a Lyria without the tutor effect, and it's just like a stat stick. You can evolve it to have a 4/4/4 with Ward. And trade in something that still is a 4/4/4, but then that's kind of underwhelming. Seems pretty bad. Don't like it. Dryad of the Grove. I can't believe they reprinted, or retrained rather, Dryad of all cards. 5/4/4. Put 2 fairies into your hand. Give the enemy follower -2, -0. That's pretty annoying, actually. That's not too bad. I think it's eh. It's kind of heavy for a fairy generator. It's alright. It's alright. I think it's around eh. Like this is legitimately annoying. Because the old Dryad was kind of annoying, but it was small enough to be able to just trade into, right? This one you need a... Like if you preemptively evolve this too. I actually quite like this card. I don't know if it's super good, but I really like it. I mean, if it's good, I'm gonna be happy about it, because that card is... I used to play Dryad a lot back when it was still around and I could play with Mana Elk, so I'm happy to see Dryad back. Mecha Claw Elf, 3/3/3, fanfare of another Machina. Let's play this turn, gain Storm. It's pretty crazy. With Bagworm, I like that a lot. Tempo, Machina, Forest Craft. I'm not sure if all the pieces are there, but we're getting there. I feel like this is a very strong card with the Bagworm, because you can just get 4/4 stats with a 3/3 Storm, which is kind of nuts. Other than that, you'd mostly just play 2-cost Machina cards, right? You could get like... You could play like Robo Goblin and play Repair Mode with Mecha Claw Elf. Like this card seems pretty good for an aggro style deck. I just wonder how good that's gonna be if Alana's a thing. I wonder how much of a thing Alana's gonna be too. Harvest Season, draw 2 cards. If at least 2 other cards are played this turn, draw 3 instead. Pretty heavy for Forest Craft. Bad to eh. Maybe in like more controlling lists, like the Azudia list. I don't know though. That's a heavy tempo loss, I feel like. And things seem to be kind of going crazy in terms of strong early plays. So, not sold on this. Oh. My chair is squeaking. Oh, we're on to Swordcraft now. Hello. Boop, boop. Alwida Pirate Queen, 7/5/5. Accelerate forward, randomly summon 2 of the following: Cannoneer, Buccaneer, or Marine Raider. Whenever you play a loot card for the first time on each of your turns, summon a pirate and a Viking. So that's a lot of tokens. Alright, another Swordcraft card that does everything. In before this gets nerfed to 8. Hello. Buccaneer, 2/3 with Drain. Last words, put a Gilded Goblin to your hand. Marine Raider. Whenever this follower attacks an enemy follower, deal 1 damage to that follower before it can deal any damage in return. Last words, put a Gilded Blade into your hand. Viking, Storm, Cannoneer, Rush, put Gilded Boots into your hand. Pirate, yeah, we know these two. So, Accelerate 4, summon 2 of these 3. And then when you play a loot card, summon these 2. I mean, the Accelerate 4 seems really strong, right? Like, these are pretty okay options. You get 2 bodies out. Just keep flooding the board, and that's the Swordcraft way, right? It's kinda... You flood the board, Sniper Cannoneer style, but it has upside, and it gives you loot. And it has immediate presence on the board if you get the Cannoneer. And then you can evolve the other one. And you get a loot from it. Oh boy. You never just play this on 7, because this is gonna get deleted. But on 8, you can play it with a loot, and it's just an insane amount of stats for the cost. This card just seems really good. It's another Swordcraft card that just does everything. Hello. Albert Levin Champion. Yeah, it's good. Okay. But the thing is, it's quite interesting that there's not a lot of Levin cards in the set. It's a lot less than I thought there'd be, but hey. There you have it. We already talked about Albert in the previous video, I think. I think we also talked about this in the previous video. Seems crazy. Meet the Levin sisters. Choose. Put a Mina? Levin Vice Leader, Mona Levin Mage, or Mina Levin Duelist into your hand. And 7, put 1 of each to your hand instead, and recover 6 play points. Alright. Okay. Well, thanks Chromatic Duel for rotating out, I guess. That's just wonderful. Mina, 2/2. Puts a random Levin follower from your deck into your hand. Mina, Rush, 3/2. If another ally... What are these cards, man? Okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's just more flexible, upside, and good stats. Alright, great. Thanks, Swordcraft. 2.2 on Splendid Fencer. Commander, fanfare, give an allied officer +1 attack. Enhance 5, give that follower a storm. Eh. I mean, this effect is pretty good on 2, actually, right? If you're going for, like, aggro Swordcraft, but I think mid-range is probably still going to be better going into this next expansion, in rotation at least. And the Enhance 5 is a little heavy, right? Like, you need to have something to play alongside it, right? And you're giving, like, a 3 play point officer storm on 8 or something like that. It's like, alright. I think it's just bad to in rotation, probably. Unless aggro Swordcraft suddenly becomes a huge thing, then maybe the sees play. Like, this is a pretty good 2, actually. It's just the Enhanced 5 is, like, lackluster. But the 2 isn't bad. I just feel like in rotation, the mid-range is going to be better. Moving on. Gino, we've talked about this card. King's Welcome. Put a random commander card from your deck into your hand. You can evolve and have more evolution points than your opponent. Subtract 1 from that card's cost. Yeah. I think people are fearing that it's going to be a problem in Unlimited to pull Spartacus, but I feel like you pull Spartacus a lot anyway. Because you run 3. Not that big of a deal. But giving Spartacus more consistency is a little dangerous, isn't it? So, I can understand where they're coming from with that. For sure. It's not too bad, though. It's just like a cheap tutor. So, to good, I guess? To good sounds about right, I think. Well, actually, you could have more evolution points than your opponent quite a lot, right? Because you have more rushes and stuff. Yeah, I'd say to good. I worry about the unlimited players if this makes Spartacus more consistent. That's an issue. Lunes, Levin, Apprentice, 1/1/1. Fanfare, gain +1 defense for each Levin card in your hand. Enhance 3, can attack 2 times per turn. Well, that's kind of adorable. Trying to be a little Albert or something, but has not the stats for it at all. Alright. Although, if you play this on 1 and you have like... Okay, this is kind of ridiculous. Never mind, I changed my mind. I was looking at this and I'm like, oh, that's a bit sad. And I was looking at this and I'm like, okay, that's kind of scary. This might be the world's greatest goblin. Hello? Hello? Okay, good thing there's not that many 11 cards, right, in this set. But who knows next set, man, they're gonna add more 11 cards and then this is gonna be the world's most annoying goblin. That's kind of crazy. Levin Archer. Talk about this card. Veteran Vagabond Frog. Ah, this is the card revealed at Rage that I saw when I was casting that. That was kind of fun. Maybe Aggro Sword is gonna be a thing. This is kind of crazy. Actually, this is way weaker than the original Vagabond Frog, though. And you have to spend an Evolve for this while gaining no stats. Yeah, I don't think this card is that great. Just play it on 3 and then you can smack them, right? I think Alana is going to be like a soft check to a lot of these aggro. Not even a soft, like a pretty hard check to a lot of these aggro decks. Especially when you're playing 3/2/3. That doesn't keep gating ambush like the old one did. And I don't know if you ever want to... yeah, you can evolve it and then, like, buff it with... This is like a follower for the ambush buff Swordcraft, right? Which is like a... kind of a more niche Swordcraft build right now. Could be seen in that. Could be seen in that. Maybe I'm biased because I remember the old Vagabond Frog, but I'm not too impressed with this guy. I think he's gonna be, like, mildly annoying. But not too bad. I don't know if they're... yeah, Mordii is rotating out, so our untargeted removals are getting kind of rough. But... yeah. Put a random Swordcraft follower that costs 2 points or less from your deck into play. Deal 4 damage to an enemy follower. It's pretty bad. In rotation. Not very impressed. More like a limited card. Ginger, Accursed Word. Oh, we're on Runecraft now. Hello. Ginger Cursed Word. I think we've talked about this, right? Yeah. At the end of the day, I feel like it's mostly going to be used for Zeus. I feel like this is, again, it's going to be one of those cards where it's really people are just going to wait for, like, whenever a new set comes out, they're going to see if it works with Ginger or not. But I think Runecraft has way better options than this, honestly, in general. So, yeah. Don't think it's gonna be a big deal unless you like you could like get a 0 play point Clark pretty easy, but I just think that the other builds of Runecraft are probably gonna be better than Ginger. Like Zeus does not a win con for Runecraft make, especially when it has the competition of all the stuff Runecraft already has, right? Erasmus, Master Summoner, 6/4/6. At the end of your turn, deal 4 damage to a random enemy follower. At the end of your turn, perform Earthright, deal 4 damage to the enemy leader. This card is freaking sick. I love this card so much. I'm glad that Dirt Runecraft, Burn Dirt Runecraft is getting some love here. Even more so that it can triumph over the Spell Boost variant a little bit more as well. I like this card a lot. I think it's good. It's on an Evolve turn. 2 for 1s. And deals 4 damage to the enemy follower. It's a lot cheaper than the old Erasmus, if I remember correctly. Which I might not be, because the old Erasmus was never played. I'm pretty sure he's more expensive than this. So, yeah. Good card. Melvi. Whenever you play a follower, gain +1 defense. Whenever you play a spell on Evolve, gain +2 attack and +2 defense when you play a follower. +2 attack when you play a spell. I feel like this card would be crazy in any class that isn't Runecraft, but because it's in Runecraft, it's only okay. Right? Because most of the time, Runecraft is going to be playing... what? Magic Missile on 2? Or other spells? Or, say... Mechoing Angel. But this is whenever you play a follower, not whenever a follower is summoned. So, yeah. By the time Runecraft, I think, can take advantage of this, it is going to get cleared or traded into. Runecraft not the best class to roll with Melvi, Princess Wish. At least not now. Although, if they do get triple Melvi, you could Melvi into Melvi going first. It's quite a lot of conditions to me to make this okay. So, I think it's just okay for now. We'll see. Mysterian Project. Select the follower in your hand and put a copy of it into your hand. And it's a Mysteria card. It doesn't copy the cost, I'm pretty sure. So that's one thing that makes it like a lot less bad for people who are playing against Runecraft, I should say. I do like this card a lot. I think it opens up the possibility for a lot of great combos, and I'm excited for that. So glad it doesn't copy the cost. That'd be a problem. At least, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I think it's to good. Yeah. Especially if it doesn't copy cost reduction, right? I think it's to good. But I really like it. I really, really like it. The problem I have with it is, like, it's a lower tempo Hamlin. I guess that's fine in Runecraft, especially because it's a spell. I think it's to good on the good side. Maybe I'm optimistic because I like the card a lot and I want it to be kind of good. Emilu's Smilemancer, 3/2/3. Fanfare summon an Earth Essence. Whenever an allied Earth Sigil comes into play, deal 1 damage to the enemy leader. Alright, good card. Aggressive Carl. Let's play it along with Erasmus. I'm glad, man. Let's do this. Let's get... okay, Spell Boost is fun, but I kind of miss Burn Dirt. Let's get back to it. We already kind of are there. Let's just push it over the edge. Let's keep going. Mecha Book Sorcerer, 5/3/4. Machina, Silver. Give your leader the following effect. Whenever you play a Machina card, recover 1 play point. Effect is not stackable and lasts for the rest of the match. I don't know about Machina Runecraft, man. I think this card has potential, but... this is actually kind of annoying with Tetra, right? Like, you play Tetra on 4, and then you have the repair mode after. You have enough Machina cards to justify running Mecha Book with these for this stat line? I don't think so right now. I don't think so right now. Definitely has potential, though. At least it's not stackable, thank goodness, but it has potential. I just don't know if it's... yeah, I don't think it's going to see a lot of play in this set. I don't think so. Not a whole lot of Machina cards here, right? Let's see again. Da-da-da. Yeah, other than what we have now, the only other one is Jet Broom Witch, so... I feel like, again, Runecraft has better stuff than trying to get a Mecha Book Sorcerer combo to work. All their stuff already costs 0. I don't know what more they could want. This seems like it's superfluous right now. Although, maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. If they keep getting Machina stuff. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. This is one of those things where I'm like, I'm not seeing it. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, watch it happen, though. Disintegration. Runecraft Silver. Banish an enemy follower. If you have 20 cards or less in your deck, recover 4 play points. Very much good in Limited. Maybe they needed it because of the rotation of Abyss Summoner, I believe, is rotating out. Let's double check that. Abyss Summoner, I believe, is rotating out in Take 2. So Disintegration is really good there. In rotation, you know, surprisingly often they get to 20 or less cards in the Ryo deck, so I don't even hate it there. I'd say it's around to good on the good side. Yeah. Because I see a lot, like very often, in the Ryo decks, they get to 20 cards or less. Like pretty quickly, so. Thing is, it's kind of like a dead card for the first half of the game, which is why it puts it on kind of more the ass side than just purely good. There you go. But, not too shabby, especially in Arena. Jet Broom Witch, 2 on 3. Fanfare, put either an Assembly Droid or a Pair Mode into your hand. This card is really good. This card is really good. Okay, maybe Mecha Book Sorcerer is going to be a thing. This card is really good. Okay, Machina Rune, I see you. Maybe mini expansion, then we'll really get there. Twin Blade Mage. Spell Boost Stormer that deals 2 damage to enemy follower. Okay, it's a good card. And I'm unhappy that they're getting it. Especially in Unlimited when they have Blade Mage. Enchanted Sword, Zealot of Truth. Like, this is gonna be so bad in Unlimited. Like, I'm not happy about this card. Alright, moving on. Electro Kitty, 2/2/2. If you have 20 cards or less in your deck, deal 2 damage to an enemy. Pretty good in Arena as well. Like all 20 rune cards. 20 rune is in the archetype here, 20 rune, but I don't think it's very good in rotation. Which is Cauldron reprint. Actual reprint this time. Good, very good, as we know. Alright, Dragoncraft cards, here we go. Genesis Dragon or Disaster, accelerate 4, gain an empty play point orb. If you can evolve and have at least 1 evolution point, use 1 evolution point and deal 3 damage to all followers. Or Storm, good card, Storm Ramp, and AoE. Let's go. Hulking Dragonute. Bad to I know I revealed this card. It's supposed to be my baby, but Ivory Sword Dance is a card that exists. Wise Dragonute Scholar, 3/2/2. Fanfare, discard a card from your hand and then draw a card. Can't be attacked. And Aggro Dragoncraft. I think it's kind of loaded up on 3s, though. With the new Wormclaw Bruiser and the, wow, just with, what's his name? The 3.23 Dragoon guy. Forgot his name, or that's bad. I've clearly not been playing Dragon for a while. Hello. I've been playing Evo Forest, like, ever since I got GM. That's rough. But yeah, that guy. Really competing on 3s, so I think this is just an Plus, come on, let's give this card Dragon more support. What's going on there? Dragon Horde, 1 play point, countdown 20, enhance 8, subtract 10 from this ambient's countdown, summon 2 Hellflame Dragons whenever an allied follower comes into play, blah 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 blah. Summon a Dragon Sphere. At the end of your turn, transform all allied followers without war into Inferno Dragons. That's kind of sick. That's kind of sick. I think this is not going to be a very good card. But I will say the enhance 8 is kind of great, actually. Summon 2 Hellflame Dragons and subtract 10. I don't know if you ever play this on 1 or for 1, because it's really bad for 1. This is going to take you forever and it'll never pop. And then when it does pop, all it does is give you 8/8 stat sticks. You're going to be dead by then, for sure, by Roach. Here you might still be dead by then, but at least you get 2 Hellflame Dragons. I think this card is bad to But on 8, it's like a lot better. Especially because when you summon the 2 Hellflame Dragons, this gets subtracted even more, right? So it becomes countdown 8. You need to summon 8 guys. Summon 8 more guys to get a Dragon Sphere. get a Dragon Sphere to get 8/8s, you'll be dead by then, like for sure, right? For sure. So bad. Bad. Am I missing something? All you do is get 8/8s. You'll be super dead. Well, okay, it'll be on your next turn. It'll be 7, so you need to summon 7 dudes. You can ramp into it, I guess. If you ramp into it, this card's actually kind of cool. I still think it's not very good in constructed formats. Just get 8/8s. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Next. Cool card though. Cool card though. I like it a lot. I like the fact that they're putting Inferno Dragon back in the game, but I just don't see this happening. You're just gonna die to Super Alana boards, to Machina Bloodcraft, which looks amazing, to Roach. And what are you gonna do? You're gonna make 8/8s that don't have Storm at the end of your turn? Excuse me? Alright. I want it to be good so bad, but that's sad. 4/2/1, Storm can't be attacked. Really low stat line for 4. Not impressed. Just play better things than this, I think. I get to spend an Evolve point just... Well, you could spend an Evolve point to deal 4 to face. And it can't be attacked. Alright. 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 Okay. Yeah, bad to I think. Again, I'm kind of wary on the efficacy of... Is that the right word I'm looking for? Efficacy? I'm kind of worried about how good that's going to be with Alana. I wonder how good Alana is going to be. Efficacy. The ability to produce a desired or intended result. Yeah, I'm a little worried about the efficacy of aggro decks. Especially when the stat line is not that great for 4, man. You have to spend the evolve, just get a 4/3 to hit them in the face, and they're gonna, what? Like, Blade of Usurpation here or something, right? Yeah. Not really too stoked about Aether Windrider. Steelclaw Worm Bruiser, I'm a lot more stoked about this. Fanfare, add an assembly droid to your hand. Evo, is there at least 2 Machina cards in your hand, deal 3 damage to an enemy, and you always just get 1 from the assembly droid, and this thing can hit face. I kinda like it. I really like it. See, this deals 3 right away as well, and gives you resources, and is cheaper. Yeah, this seems better. This seems a lot better. I dig it. I don't know if it's going to be a 3 of. Because Byron wants to evolve too, right? But I still think you play it if you're playing like Machina aggro, which is an okay deck, I will say. Again, let's see how Alana turns out. Helix Mushusu. 7/5/5, last word summon 2 Basilisk. Accelerate 4, summon 2 Basilisk. Bad? I'm never gonna play this card. I don't think I'm ever playing this card. Seems like on 4 it's a way worse Basilisk Rider anyway. Compare this to Alwida, first of all. Hello. And this is just gonna... This is Octrus. This has Octrus' name all over it, also. And it's just a stat stick on 7 that doesn't do anything the turn it's played. Bad card. Can I just get the old Mushusu back? Gadget Mermaid, 2/1. Fanfare of another allied Machina followers and play Gain Storm. Okay, Machina aggro Dragoncraft is maybe becoming a thing. I dig it. You play this after the turn 1 Soaring Dragonoot. Go face. Let's go. Zelwind Whisperer. Boys back. 5/3/3. Fanfare, give +2/+2 to another allied follower. Evolve if Overflow is active for you. Give another allied follower Storm. I think it's Like, this is pretty good. Right? This is pretty okay. This is a pretty okay effect. Like, what if you play, like... What's it called? The Mechafin Diver. Then you play Zal on 5 and go face. Not bad. I think it's only though. And then, if all the overflow is active for you, give another allied follower Storm. The good thing about Zal is that it kind of has soft ward, because they never want to let this Seep play. Ever. So they have to kill Zal every time. The bad part about Zal is that the stat line is pretty bad for 5. I don't think it's too bad, but I do think it's... I'm excited to try it though. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad. Fanfare give +2/+2 another allied follower. Yeah, like if aggro Dragoncraft is good, I don't think this card is that bad. Binders Rock, okay, it's another one I revealed. Fanfare in hand 6 evolve this follower. Strike whenever this follower attacks. Gain +1 until the end of the turn. Very aggressive follower. Again, it's a lot of 3s competing for that slot, so I'm gonna have to just give it an eh. Like a slightly above average eh. Like it's really good for the stats and the effect for an aggressive Dragoncraft follower, right? But it's competing against a lot. I think it's eh. I think it's very good in Arena though. Probably eh in rotation. Orca Run. 2 play point, deal 3 damage to enemy follower. If Overflow is active for you, put 2 Mega Lorcas in hand. I mean, it's not a bad card. But why is it giving me Mega Lorcas in hand? Why is it doing that? Why are the Mega Lorcas not just being into play? Hello? What is this? I mean, that would be kind of crazy. If it did do that. But putting it into my hand is kind of sad. Man. I don't know about this. I think it's not bad. It's 2 play point deal 3. Like that's not bad. We already have Sneer of Disdain though. We already have the what's it called again? Disdainful Rending. That's the card I'm looking for. So it's competing against a lot. This is a really poor replacement for Waters of the Urka, I think. But 2 deal 3 is like just straight up not bad ever. But I guess, is it bad if it's not played? I guess that's the metric we should be judging it on. I think this is like bad to eh. I don't know if I want to play Orca Run, man. I can just play Disdainful Rending, and then I can just play a bunch of followers instead of putting 2 Mega Lorcas into my hand when I have 7 play points. Yeah, it's like bad to eh, I think. Oh, Shadowcraft, hello? We talked about Hades already? I think it's like... I don't think it's gonna be very good, but I'm excited to try and make it work. Aisha, 4/4/4. Invocation, if you have at least 16 shadows, put this card from your deck into play, then lose 8 shadows. Whenever another allied follower attacks and deals damage to the enemy leader, if this follower didn't attack this turn, perform Necromancy 8. Evolve this follower. Stormbane, 4/4. Huh. Huh. That's kind of a scary thing. One of those things, again, where you don't want to leave anything up for Shadowcraft at all. Because this can just end up doing this. Full shenanigans. Necromancy 8 is kind of rough for it to do it early, but like in the mid-game maybe. You leave anything up, they can just plop down an Aisha and deal Stormbane to anything, or your face. It's kind of crazy. Plus it has that invocation too, so they can always just get it. And when they invoke it, then they can play Fairy on it. Which is kind of a bummer for you. They just deal 12 to your face out of nowhere. Good? Seems good. I think it has more stuff that it works with. That we'll see as we move through this. Kawi Underworld Air, 3/3/3, Fanfare in hand 6. Can evolve for 0, okay. Storm. Leader Strike, whenever this follower attacks the enemy leader, reanimate 4. Bruh. Bruh. Hello? Hello? Okay, good card. Moving on. Spectral Cascade, give your leader the following effect. At the end of this turn, summon zombies until the area is full. Okay. So only that turn you play it. Because it doesn't say last for the rest of the match or whatever. Enhance 9, and only put different Shadowcraft followers from your deck into play until your area is full, then destroy those followers. So you can pull the new Lurching Corpse, you can pull a bunch of last words, destroy them all. Eh. I think this card is eh. I don't know. I don't know. This card seems eh to me. Aren't there better things you could be doing on 7 in Shadowcraft? I guess Arcus rotates that. That's fun. But I'm... Could be playing Machina Shadowcraft. Could be playing this new Kawi Aisha stuff. Don't think there's room for Spectral Cascade in that. Yeah, I don't really see it. The good thing about this is on 7 you can play this, trade off your stuff and still get 2/2s out, but yeah, it seems like not that great. Just fighting the board for things. It's not bad. It's not that great. I'd say it's eh. I feel like I'm giving eh rating a lot. Let's make a more definitive decision. I think it's bad to eh. But don't quote me on this and then bring it up when Spectral Cascade becomes meta, like 6 months later, okay? Gotta promise me. I just don't know. I don't think it's that special. I don't think it's that special. Maybe you can build your deck with a bunch of great last words and this enhanced land becomes helpful. That's really far into the game. Maybe for like the Hades deck you could play Spectral Cascade. Now that's a thought. Again, I feel like you might... Like you're just playing 2/2s, right? I don't know. I don't know. So maximum you're spending 7 for like 10/10 of stats by fighting the board with 2/2s. That's not that bad. Yeah, I'd give it an eh. Teethy, Underworld Shaman, 7/19. Ward, Fanfare Burial Rite, put a random 3 playpoint follower and a random 1 playpoint follower from your deck into play. Okay. Well, first of all, this thing is absolutely gigantic. With that 1/9 stat line. And you summon 2 cards. You can summon the new Kawi. You can summon the new Kawi. And then you can evolve it. And then you can reanimate 4 off that. Hello? Okay, this card seems pretty good. This card has a lot of stats for 7. With synergistic upside. Of course, it kind of is bad if you play Fran. But seems really good. I like this card a lot. Iron Gear Corpsman, 2/2/2, Ward. Fanfare Necromancy 6, randomly put a copy of one of the highest cost allied Machina followers that has been destroyed this match into your hand. So it's a lot like a Usher of 6, but Machina only. But it has Ward also, so that's the upside. And with the Machina trait, you can use this to get more... what? Techno Lords? More... Echoing Angel. More... what's it called? Colossal Skull Lord? Yeah, it's not bad. I feel like I'd be more excited for it if it was just a straight up Usher of 6 reprint, though. Because I feel like with Machina, they already have the Fleeting Joy to get there in the late game. I don't know if they need even more late game power with Iron Gear Corpsman pulling more stuff. I guess it helps them stay in if they like run out of gas, though. Like, it's not a bad card. Not a bad card at all. So, yeah, there you have it. I just don't know if Machina Shadowcraft really needed it. And I think that's going to be a running theme here. We're going to see Machina cards where I'm like, I don't know if they needed that. Especially with a certain class that's down here. Fatal Fields, 4 point Shadowcraft Silver Amulet, countdown 2. At the end of your turn, destroy a random allied follower and a random enemy follower. This card seems pretty great, actually. Does this proc even if you don't have a random allied follower in play? Like, if this procs even if you don't have an allied follower in play, this card is amazing. Countdown 2. So it lasts 2 turns, right? You can play the 3-drop Lurching Corpse and play this. Just hope it doesn't get Octrist, right? But if you do that, then you get a 2 clear on 4. Which is kind of nice. It's kind of nice. And if you... like I said, if this procs even if you don't have a random allied follower. This is like Tribunal. Which is insane. Okay. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Mino. Crafty. Wait, aren't you named Mino? Mina. Okay. Mina and Mona and Mino. Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? Oh, no. Oh, the casting. I can see the casting. The future. Why is it like this? Mino, Crafty Reaper. 1/1/1. Fanfare in hand 7. Gain +5/+5 and 3 shadows. Last words, gain 1 shadow. It's like a less statted Skull Beast on 1. Okay. I feel like it's more stuff for Teethy potentially as well. Okay. It's good for Hades. Okay. In hand 7, it just becomes a 7 play point 6/6 that gives you 3 shadows. That seems pretty bad. But as a 1 play point card, it's just a 1 play point card you can play. Seems pretty to me. Unless you're trying to just gain as many shadows as possible for a certain Father of Purgatory. Which I'm probably going to run, so I'm probably going to play it. Mecha Deathbringer. It's like a 3 play point Lurching Corpse that can trade. I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one when Octress exists, man. I don't know. I don't know. And the stat line is also really bad. The good thing about this is that it can trade, so you can intentionally kill it off to proc the last words, which you couldn't with Lurching Corpse. And with Fatal Fields, you can curve into that and just go super ham on control. So I think it's... I feel like I'm quite optimistic on cards. Like, I always see the bright side. I think it's bad to I think it's bad to It's very low tempo, but it's very good control unless you get Octress, which is a big thing, right? Or you get banished. So... I think it's like let's just go with okay, let's just go with Let's be optimistic here. Maybe it'll surprise me. Greater Lesser Mummy, 2/2/2, evolve on... Wait, if another allied follower is in play, perform Necromancy 8, give Storm to another allied follower. That's a little scary. Hello? Alright, so what's good that you can give Storm to for 8 Necromancy? And it's also just a 2/2/2, which isn't too bad. I think it's like to good. But this evolve effect can be a little scary. Let's see. On 7, you have like the Colossal Skull Lord guy. Now here's the issue. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Hold up. Hold the phone. Can't you do this with like another follower and then Fairy on 10? So, if you have a 6 play point follower, and then Greater Lesser Mummy, evolve the Greater Lesser Mummy, and then Fairy. I think that's a bit kind of a reach. I don't know though. Yeah, it seems like good. I'm just trying to think. I don't really want to spend time ruminating about what combo potential this can be with like 6 play point cards with Fairy on 10. Because it's like midnight now, and we gotta move on. We gotta move on. But it's just a 2/2/2 body, which isn't bad. And the evil effect has like some pretty good potential, so keep that in mind. Bone Blast. 5 play points, summon 3 skeletons, deal damage to an enemy equal to the number of allied skeletons in play. So most of the time it's gonna be 5 play point, summon 3 skeletons, deal 3 damage. 5 play point, 3/3, deal 3. Okay. A little awkward to fit in constructed decks, I feel like. It's really good for Hades. That's a lot of shadows for one card, right? It's pretty good for Hades, but other than that, not really seeing it. Yeah. Moving on! Oh, there's still a lot of cards, holy smokes. Okay, let's go. Seductress Vampire. That's what happens when we leave it all till the end. You just review all the cards at the end, okay. 8.44. During your turn, when this card is added to your hand from your deck, if Vengeance is not active for you, reveal it and then banish it. Vengeance is active for you for the rest of this match, even if... This might be my least favorite card design ever. I really dislike this card a lot, even if it's not good, which I do think it is good, because as we will see, there are cards that value early vengeance. The delta between having this card in your mulligan, drawing it early, and drawing it late, like the deltas of how powerful it is for those three scenarios, are so vastly differing that I don't think it's healthy. I think this really exacerbates the draw RNG problem. Good news, it does banish itself, so you draw it and then you're down a card. That's the upshot here. And then on the fanfare, it's like an okay effect. It's pretty alright. For 8 though, kinda slow. Pretty slow. Especially with the... It's not that bad. I feel like I'm in a legacy deck, not a legacy deck, a birthday cup mindset right now. Because that's what I've been playing the past few. The fanfare is pretty okay. It is a brick in the early game though, for sure, at 8. But yeah, this effect is, I'm unhappy about it. Especially as we will see with this guy, and this guy is just so sad. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I think it's good, especially on Unlimited. Imagine drawing this on like 1, then you just high roll, and you play Curse Brand Vampire, whatever it's called. Yikes. 1 play point 2-3. Like, even if it's bad, it's not good for the game. Ignideus. Traitorous Duke. Why did I almost read that as traditional? I need to go to bed, man. Let's print this video. Okay. Ignideus, Traitorous Duke, 3.15. Evolves to a 3.55. Bloodcraft Legendary. Fanfare, Vengeance is active for you. Gain... Oh, God. Oh, no. Why? Okay. Gain the ability to evolve for 0 evolution points whenever an enemy follower comes into play. Deal 1 damage to the enemy leader. And oh, wow. During your turn, whenever this follower attacks and destroys an enemy follower of this follower... this follower is not destroyed, restore 4 defense to this follower. What? This card literally just does everything with an insane PDK stat line and an upside with Seductress Vampire. This gets the rating above good. This gets like, what? What? The what rating? That's it. I'm introducing a new rating halfway through the video. What? Next card. Azazel the Depraved. 4/3/3. Fanfare, deal 2 damage to the enemy follower. Vengeance is active for you, deal 6 damage instead. Alright. Let's make Vengeance better. Evolve, change your leader's maximum defense to 10. Give your leader the following effect. Can't take more than 3 damage at a time. Why do this if this is a thing? Well, this is sadness, man. This is sadness. I don't know about this one, man. Although the taking 3 damage at a time thing is kind of nice. But still, why would you do this to yourself when you have this and this? So, not really feeling it just when this is a thing. Although on the 4, it can be kind of nice, especially if you get the Seductress Vampire earlier, right? Ugh. Heartsick Demon, Fanfare, Vengeance active for you. Subtract 1 from the cost of 2 Bloodcraft cards, excluding this one from your hand. Good card. Let's triple mono Alpha Drive. Although more than that, you can just make some insane tempo plays, right? Just playing a 4-drop on 3 after you get the Seductress Vampire. These are hard to judge, because I'm just going like, okay, if they get the Seductress Vampire early, well then, there you go. If they don't, then it's far less good. Like, far, far less good, right? That's about how you judge all the Vengeance cards right now, I guess. Nightmare Dream Eater. 2/1. If Vengeance is active for you, gain +2 attack. Last words, summon a Forest Bat and give it +X+O. X equals its follower's attack before being destroyed. Yeah. Although I do think this card is pretty good even without being in Vengeance. It's just a 2.11 that comes back. And it summons a 2/1, right? Even without any buffs, so... And you can hand buff it even more without the Vengeance, Fur, or Vuela, or what have you. If you really want to do that. Like, I don't hate it. Card just seems pretty good. For like an aggro style Bloodcraft. In Vengeance, though, again, we're all kind of just judging everything by this metric right now. Moving on, Mecha Forge Devil, 4/3/3. Put an assembly droid into your hand, evolve. Put a repair mode into your hand, recover 2 play points. Excuse me? Oh boy. I guess you're buffing Machina Bloodcraft. Yeah, this card is very good. Almost into what territory? Maybe it is a what. Maybe I'll give it a what. What? Next. Prison of Pain. 2 play points, Silver Bloodcraft. Countdown 2. Deal 1 damage to your leader and draw a card on Fanfare. At the end of your turn, deal 1 damage to your leader and draw a card. Well, thank goodness Darkfleet's Bat is rotating out, hey? Good card, though. Does it have room with Machina Bloodcraft? Not sure, but as a card by itself, it's a good card. Gear Snake Tamer, 2/1/3. Whenever an allied serpent comes to play, change it into a Machina follower. Evolve, summon 2 serpents. Oh, and it's also a Machina card. Whenever an allied serpent comes to play, change it. Okay. Okay, good card. Good card. Very good card. Good stat line. Evolve full stats. And summons more Machina cards. For your crazy monos. Earlier. And Technolords. Great card. But I don't think it's a what. I don't think this one's a what. This one recovers play points, so... No, you don't. This one recovers play points, so it's a what. This one's just good. Alright, moving on. Nefeli O'Dougherty, 3/3/3, Fanfare and Hand 7, gain +4/+4, can't be targeted by spells and effects. Yes! Let's dab on Rune. I dig it. Does it have room in Machina Bloodcraft for this kind of thing? Or Vengeance Bloodcraft? I don't know. Maybe it does if Runecraft is like a huge threat. Standalone. It also can't be targeted by 2.3 damage spells, which is really nice, actually. So, anti-good? Let's go anti-good. Swarming Wraith, 2/3/2. Wait, 2/3/2? 2/3/2? If Vengeance is not active for you, deal 2 damage to your leader. If Vengeance is active for you, deal 2 damage to the enemy leader. Oh my god! Oh, god! I hope you guys can trust the Seductress Vampire on time. If you do, this card is absolutely disgusting. I hate this direction that Vengeance is going in. I really dislike it. Yikes. Man, I hope it's bad. I hope it's bad so I never have to see it. Because, like, if it's good... It doesn't look like it's going to be bad, though. If it's getting support like this. Straight up, 3/2 for 2 stat line. And upside if you get your Seductress Vampire early. Are you kidding me? Entrancing Blow. Deal 3 damage to a random enemy follower. Give +2 attack to a Bloodcraft follower in your hand. This card can be played only when a targetable card is in your hand. That's a lot of bang for your buck for a 2-drop. Like a 2-cost spell that deals 3. This is really good. Good card. Okay, so overall Bloodcraft is getting the nuts. What? That is insane. Yeah, I really dislike this card. Not a fan of this at all. I think it's gonna be a problem. And I'm feeling pretty down about this one. Like, if this is a thing with the Seductress early on. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer right before the expansion comes out or anything, but I'm not liking the direction Vengeance is heading in. And buffing Machina Bloodcraft is also kind of a concern. But the Vengeance especially. But let's not harp on too much about that. Let's move on, alright? Video's almost an hour long. I'm not going to edit it. I'm just going to upload it straight up. There's not going to be any music, so let's just go, because I want to go to bed. Emina Mad Eidolon, 4/1/3. If there isn't a Totem of Madness in play, transform an enemy follower, excluding Emina Mad Eidolon, into a Totem of Madness. If an enemy Totem of Madness is in play, give the enemy follower -4 attack until the end of the opponent's turn. When you and evolve when you play a countdown amulet for the first time on each of your turns, subtract 4 from its countdown. And the Totem of Madness, if there isn't an enemy Totem of Madness in play, transform a random enemy follower, excluding Amina and Matt Eidolon, into a Totem of Madness. So it just goes back and forth. I really like this card. I think this card is super cool. It's amazing hard removal. And then on Evolve it gains full stats and you can instantly play like a... Is this card gonna make Dual Flames good? That's crazy. Oh man. And it gets this insane trade on 4 too. This card is super good. I love the effect. It's so awesome. Yes, please. Good card. Upgrade from old Eidolon. For sure. Alana, Purist Prayer. 2/2. Ward. Evolve, Summon. You all know it. You all know it. Good card. Definitely a very, very, very good card. Cal, Holy Marksman. 4/4/3. Whenever your leader's defense restored, just deal 1 damage to all enemy followers. Evolve, restore 2 defense to your leader. Full stats. Okay, yeah, good card. Yeah, definitely good card. Oh yeah, and yeah, with this too. Yeah, definitely a good card. Especially with the skipping ahead a little bit here. This card, 1 play point heal for Alanis and Cal. Super great. Super great. Golden Bell. Fanfare, restore 1 defense to your leader. Very good. Very good. More of this. And last words, draw 2 cards. Oh, this card is just amazing in general. It's just like a sacred play. It also heals you. Great card. Robo Wing Precant. 2/2/2. Put a repair mode into your hand. Whenever you play another Machina card, gain Bane. Really great support for Machina Haven with Lemonade. Can also just be like a 3 play point 2/2 with Bane with the repair mode. And the repair mode is great support for Alana. Good card. Heretic Priests, 6/6/5. Put either a Forbidden Teachings or a Red Hot Boost into your hand and change its cost to 0. So you either get the draw 2 cards or the deal 3. 6/6/5. Doesn't really fit into any decks. This seems more like a limited card to me. I'd say it's like for constructed. Probably bad to eh. Probably an eh, because it can get you red hot boots and then get you out of a situation. Yeah, probably just eh. Leaning to the eh side. Passing a lore. Put either a Sacred Teachings, Healing Prayer, or an Acolyte's Light into your hand. Sacred Teachings, of course, is the Holy Falcon. Acolyte's Light is Banish, and Healing Prayer is this card. Really nice, flexible card you can just play on 1 and get whatever situation you need, or to fill out your curve. Really like this card. Good card. We called this good already. Steel Wing, 5/4/5, Rush, Strike. Whenever this follower attacks, summon an Assembly Droid. Another Machina card. 5/4/5 stat line with Rush, with Upside. That summons a card that works with the rest of your deck. Good card. Fervid Heavenly Hound. Oh, definitely in Arena 2. Super good card. Fervid Heavenly Hound, 2/1/3. Ward, if an evolved allied follower is in play, gain +2 attack. Not a bad card at all. It's a pretty good card, actually. Good card. Most of these cards are good. Like, on their own. I don't know if they're going to fit into a deck specifically, but they're all good on their own. Pinean Lake, 2. Havencraft Bronze, countdown 3. If you have more cards in your hand than your opponent, subtract 1 from the countdown of this amulet. Last word, summon an Adamantium Bird. If you play this with City of Gold as well, you can kind of get this immediately the turn after. So you can get like a turn 3 Adamant. You can get like a turn 4 Adamantium Bird. Which is okay. It's a pretty okay card. I think it's like an eh to good. Maybe just an eh. I do tend to be card optimistic, so I think it's just an eh though. Magna Giant. Oh, we still have a lot to go. Hello. Yeah, we're definitely not editing this one. Sorry, guys. Magna Giant, 7/5/5. Accelerate 1. Put a random Machina card excluding this one from your deck into your hand. Okay, that's pretty good. Ward. Fanfare. Deal X damage to all enemy followers. X equals the number of allied Magna followers destroyed during this match. Ah, so it really is a Magna Legacy, but in robot form. That's actually super sick. The card art and the fact that it's a Magna Legacy. That's a robot. Excuse me. And as Ward. Definitely fits into the Baphomet deck, right? Like, I think it's pretty good in that deck. Excited to see that deck develop more, because right now it's kind of like on tier 2-ish. So, if we can develop that deck a little more, get it some removal here. Or just ways to maybe fetch Baphomet. Baphomet's a Machina card, right? Although, if you are running more Machina cards just to shuffle in more of the Furies, then this Accelerate 1's not going to be very good as a tutor. But at least you can cycle through your deck a little bit. Try and find what you need. Plus, this removal is so good on 7. With a 5/5 ward body. Yeah, good card. Zwei, Resonant Heart, 5/4/4. Accelerate 2, summon 2 puppets. Fanfare, put 2 puppets in your hand. Evolve, summon Victoria. With no stat change. I think people were disappointed in this card because it seems like it's kind of underwhelming for a legendary. But the effect is actually fine. In fact, the effect is actually pretty good. It's got the flexibility. It's got the body with summoning more puppets that can work with Lashena. It's got the Victoria on Evolve that can help you 2-for-1 stuff. You just evolve it on 5. You get a 4/4 that can trade and a 3/1 that can trade. And 2 puppets that can trade. Good card. It's just a little underwhelming, not really very flashy, is it? Compared to everything else, but it's just good. Definitely not what, but it's just good. Artifact Duplicator, 7/5/5. Fanfare, randomly summon a copy of different artifact followers destroyed during this match until your area is full. This seems kind of just like a better tile. That's cheaper. And you can kind of make it specifically summon Radiance. Oh, it's different. Oh, it's different. Okay, that's a lot less good than I thought. Still okay, though. If you can get a full board out of this, that's a lot of stats for 7. That's gonna be so annoying to deal with. I think this card is really good. Okay. Yeah, man. Just play Artifact. You have to get a Radiant killed off, so you can play a Radiant. You have to play a Radiant kind of early. But then you can just get the Artifact Followers. Is Paracelsus still in the expansion? Or still in rotation? I think he is. Can I double check that? If Paracelsus is still in, this is kind of sick. Oh, I'm getting the real Paracelsus. I'm getting the Fate Paracelsus. Please. Can we do this? Paracelsus, Shadowverse, excuse me. La-di-da. Still in, man. Artifact Duplicator is kind of sick. I think it's good. Is this kind of artifact? Yeah, it's good. It's good. That's a lot of stats on 7, man. I think it's a lot of stats on 7. Aerial Craft. 4/3/4. Literally a plane. Okay. Fanfare in hand 7, gain +1/+1 in Storm. Strike whenever this follower attacks, summon the cost. Oh, subtract 1 from the cost of all Machina cards in your hand. Really supporting Machina Portalcraft here. But the thing is, most of the Machina Portalcraft stuff thus far has just been in support of Baphomet, right? But I don't know. Good card though, standalone. Like if you just evolve this on 4, you reduce the cost of every card in your hand. That seems really good. I just don't know if Machina Portalcraft is gonna be good in this way. You know, you kind of want to just. You can play Baphomet earlier though. Like if you Aerial Craft on 4 and evolve, you can just play Baphomet on 5. Baphomet's a Machina card, right? We're not crazy. He is like half robot. Because it's midnight. Okay, it's my excuse. No, not Belphegor Shadowverse, okay? Common mistake to make. Baphomet. No, not Baphomet. Wrong card, also. Yeah, he's a Machinate card. That's kind of sick if you can play Aerial Craft and play Belfman on 5. Good card. 2 on 1. Liked the Gear Turner. Fanfare, put a puppet into your hand. Whenever an allied puppet comes into play, restore 1 defense to your leader. Evolve, also put a puppet into your hand. Good card. Seems pretty good. Can get some defense off on you. Get 2 bodies for a Lashana, and you get a puppet off, or if you just want to play Puppet Portalcraft for some reason, it's also a pretty good option. Say it's like to good, leading on good, I think. Icarus, Sunbound Wing, 4/3/3. Fanfare, put a random non-artifact card that costs 1 play point or less from your deck into your hand. Evolve, put a random artifact follower that costs 1 play point or less from your deck into play. Good card, right? This can tutor T-Pose? That's pretty sick. And on Evolve, it's a 5/5 that summons another body. Summons an Analyzing. Yeah. And if you have Acceleratium in play, card is really good. I like this card a lot, especially with this effect. You can tutor T-Pose or Mechanization. Meta Division, another card you can tutor. Put a Radiant into your deck, at the end of turn draw a card. It's just like Meta Production. Slightly worse, because you risk just drawing the Radiant right away. Although Radiants are pretty good, right? So maybe not even slightly worse. Just seems like a good card for Artifact Portalcraft. Like, we know Meta Production's a good card, right? 2/2/1 with Rush. Put 2 Ancient Artifacts into your deck. It's okay. Just Cat Cannoneer, but smaller. Hamelin, back again. Already. 4/4/3. Fanfare, select a follower in your hand that originally costs 3 play points or less, and put a copy of that follower into your hand. Let's Evolve. Do the same thing again. That's kind of neat that it can do it again on Evolve. I think this is... I don't know, I think this is quite a bit worse than original Hamelin, though. Because you don't get the stat curvature, right? You can't just play it on 2 and then play the 3-drop that you cloned. A lot heavier of a cost. Very value oriented. Like, you evolve this, you don't go on the board, but instead you get 2 extra resources in your hand. Could use it on puppets, which makes it pretty okay. For Lashana shenanigans, right? I think it's I think it's worse than the original Hamelin. Probably. Why can't I read? Mechanical Mammoth, 6/5/6. Fanfare, Resonance is active for you, gain Rush. Enhanced Slang, gain +3/+3. Bad. Yeah, he's bad. The one upside is if you Aerial Craft, run in, and Resonance is active for you, you can play a 5.56 Rush the next turn. I don't know though. Puppet Shock, deal 4 damage to any follower, put a puppet into your hand. Good card. Like, pay 3, deal 4 is good, and getting a puppet's good, so good card. Olivia Blackened Wing, going on neutrals now. Hello. Final stretch. It's been an hour and 8 minutes. 8/5/5. Fanfare, recover X play points. X equals the number of allied followers evolved during this match. Whenever you play another follower for the first time on each of your turns, give it the ability to evolve for 0 evolution points. But only while this is in play, huh? I quite like this card. That's a lot of stats you can get out for essentially free or very cheap if you're playing an Evolve-centric deck. Man. Okay, let's get through this video. Let's go. But it's also kind of a brick, and by kind of I mean very much a brick early on. And I don't know how much you can tolerate that in combo decks that require you to evolve a lot. And then when you do get it, it's really just an additional stat stick, right? I'm thinking I like more in the vein of, say, Evolve Forest right now, where you kind of just want to you know, get them with the 2-card combo and have you. Olivia can help you out by having more bodies in play, making the inevitability of 6 damage better. In Machina Bloodcraft, I think you already have enough options. You don't need to play Evolve package anymore. In what other Evo decks? What other Evo decks are there? Evo Rune, is that going to be a thing? I don't think you would want to play this either. But it can potentially be like a 0 play 0.55, right? So I think I'm just gonna give it an eh. Reluctant eh, because I do like Olivia, but I don't really see it being the key player in a lot of these Evo decks, at least right now. Maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. Yeah, you just run the risk of bricking. Maybe an Evo Forest Craft you can make room for this. I don't know though. I'm kind of doubtful. Plus the effect of getting the free evolve is only while this follower is in play. It is pretty nice though. On 8 you can play this and then play another follower and then evolve that one immediately. That's kind of sick. Alright, it's just, I think it's eh. I think it's eh. It's got potential. I'm conflicted. I don't know if you can tell. I'm conflicted. I'm a card optimist. I think of like the best case scenario and I'm like, oh yeah, it could be pretty good. I think it's just end though. Yeah. Zeus the Supreme. This guy, I don't know, man. Seems pretty RNG. Seems pretty RNG. Could be good redundancy in like Evo Forest. You know? Because it gets you survivability and big stats. And potentially you can go face with it and get them. Of course it works with Ginger Rune. But I don't know if that's going to be a good deck, considering Runecraft doesn't lose most of its tools going into the next set. I just don't like this card. It's just too much RNG for me. Frankly, it's too much RNG for me, for my taste. And I also feel like it's kind of a more of a secondary win condition for neutral decks. It can get the ability to just win out of nowhere, right? You get 7 effects. You just get these 2, and go get them. Probability is low, but it's there. Yeah. I don't think it's in me to call it a bad card. I think it's good. But it's very random. Let's say add to good, because I'm not super sure about how good Evolve decks are, and of the ones that are, if they really, really need Zeus the Supreme. Same reasoning. I give Olivia, I guess, to good. Goddess of Restoration, 6/5/5, with the most confusing card text that everyone's fighting about in the Discords, because nobody understands what it actually does. I think, with just going off of this text, it reads to me like it just does what old does, except it can't res indestructible followers. So, it seems really slow. Bad. Angelic Smite. Great tech. Because you can banish Destruction in Blacks for 4. It's pretty nice. Good card. Thing is, the other player can utilize the extra card first better. But it's just really good removal. I like this card a lot. 2/2/2, Unica finally getting a retrain. Strike whenever this follower attacks, restore 2 defense to your leader. It's just an angrier Unica. Instead of at the start of your turns and you hit them. Yeah, pretty okay card. I think it's like to good. Apollo, bad to I think. Really weak stats. You can invoke it if you're like a greedier deck or a City of Gold deck, but at the end, it's still really weak stats. It thins your deck. That is so really weak stats, and if you draw it, you're like super sad. And this Enhanced 9 is super sad too. So, bad to I think. Really only sees use in greedier decks with like City of Gold or something, and even then, it's not super impactful, other than thinning your deck a little bit. Hoverboard Merc, 2/1/2, Machina card that draws you a Machina card, good card. Great Goliath, 4/3/4, that gains stats and then gains more stats, bad. Strategic Assembly, it's in your turn, give a random ally follower +1 attack. Give a random ally follower with no card text. Ward, seems bad. And that's it. That's all the cards. We did it, Reddit. 1 hour and 15 minutes. Yeah, I think I'm just going to edit this one. I mean, by edit, I mean not edit. The opposite of what I just said. That's it for this video, though. Let me know what your thoughts are on all of the cards, or all of my thoughts, you know. Do you think I'm right or wrong on specific cards? Let's talk about it, have some fun in the discussions, and you know, either way we can see what the actual result is in like just a few hours now, really. So look forward to that. I'm probably going to do a card opening stream later on in the day, not right when it comes out because I have stuff to do in the morning, but probably later on in the day. So, you know, stay tuned for that. Twitch.tv/Ignideus. Will be opening packs. Hopefully we'll get a lot of these legendary cards that I want. Like this guy. That'll be fun. That's it for this video, though. Like it if you did. Don't if you didn't. Subscribe for more Shadowverse content in the very near future. And of course, thank you to my wonderful patrons. Patreon.com/Ignideus. If you'd like to support the channel as well, I would highly appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.